go to war with your sin, or are you playing with your sin? You're either going to war with your sin, or you're playing with your sin and seeing how close you can get to it. Or you're not even fazed when you sin and your heart doesn't break for the things that God's heart breaks for. Hey guys, welcome back to Out of Context, where we navigate the craziness going on in the world that's completely should Christians watch Bridgerton? I will be the first to admit to you guys that I did watch the first and second season. And I was even thinking about watching the season that came out today. And if you've seen Bridgerton, you know that it is not a Pride and Prejudice type of show. It's actually pretty explicit.
Will you be watching it with family and friends?
No way, no.
You've actually requested
I've requested a PG version for my mommy because I am not doing that.
And if you were to request a PG version, would that just be like one episode then out of all?
It's going to be significantly
It's going to be about 5
shorter.
minutes long.
I heard a quote that said, "It's impossible to fill your mind with Christ if all you do is fill it with the world." Y'all, if the main actors are saying they're not going to watch it with their parents, need I even say more? Especially as women, our mind can tend to go places. What we put in our minds is ultimately what we think on and what we dwell on and what comes out. If you look up on Common Sense Media, which isn't even a religious website, okay, just to give you an idea, the reviews are pornography hidden as romance, pornographic, lewd, extremely R-rated, and you can go through and read a bunch of other reviews and they all pretty much say the same thing. Now, don't get me wrong, the soundtrack is absolutely beautiful. It's all instrumental, modern pop songs. I love the dresses. I love the time period. I love Pride and Prejudice. Like, I love that era. But is it worth playing with sin? Like, they literally said in that video that if it was PG, it would probably only be 5 minutes. So that means you're filling your mind with all of this sexual content. We should treat our sin seriously because our sin is deadly. Philippians 4:8 says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Not every romance or chick flick movie has sexual scenes, but Bridgerton is known for it. Sure, you can say that you're going to skip those scenes all you want, but if you struggle with lust, it's going to be pretty hard to click that fast forward button once you're already watching it. But would you watch that if the Lord was sitting right next to you? James 4:17 says, "Therefore to him who knows to do good and does not, to him it is a sin." If you have to think, should I watch this? Is it pushing it? Odds are you probably shouldn't be watching it. Again, I say this as someone who's in the trenches with you. I watched season 1 and season 2, and I even thought about watching season 3. Until I realized I don't want to waste time playing with sin. Now you're probably thinking, okay, Noelle, well, how do I filter what to watch and what not to watch? With the Master in the School of Tested Faith by Susan Heck, she has a list of 10 questions that you can kind of use as a rail. First question is, does this build me up spiritually? Does watching Bridgerton build you up spiritually? Philippians 1:10 says, "So that you may be able to discern what is best and may be pure and blameless the day of Christ." Is watching Bridgerton something that is best, pure, and blameless? The answer is probably no. Question number 3, is this an activity that will create an appetite for more? I think this is especially applicable to Bridgerton because Bridgerton, though it may be soft or whatever, or have a lot of sexual content, and it may not be the actual explicit stuff on the internet, it's pretty darn close and it's going to make you crave more, especially if you already struggle with lust. Question number 5 is this something that will weaken my intimacy with the Lord? Sin creates a block between you and the Lord. I remember seeing this illustration of a sun, and when you pick up your finger to the sun and you hold it up, you can't see the sun. Your tiny little finger blocks out the sun. That's how sin is. Just a little bit of sin blocks your relationship with the Lord. Don't live in unrepentant sin. Don't play with sin. Don't intentionally search it out. If you need to, cut out Netflix. Have accountability. Take it off your phone, take it off your devices, have someone change the password, or completely get rid of it. I had to get rid of Netflix for a time being a while ago when I was struggling with that in that season. So get rid of it. Matthew 5:29 says, "If your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go into hell." Another question is, will this cause anyone else to stumble? Is this something that you would recommend to maybe your other Christian friends to watch? Is this something that will stumble them? Do I have an uneasy conscience about this? Can I ask God to bless this? Can you ask God to bless you watching Bridgerton? And the answer to that is definitely know. Is this causing you to run fast towards Christ, or is this slowing you down? Is this playing with sin, or is this going to war with your sin? I hope this helped, and I would love to hear what you guys think or your experience in the comment section. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me or send me an email. All of the information is in the description. I'm so encouraged by the messages that I've received. Thank you all so much for taking the time to send those messages, for liking, subscribing, emailing. All of the encouragement encourages me, and it just really means a lot. So I hope that this was beneficial and that this ultimately pointed you to Christ. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.